Good evening, all. Welcome back to my channel. That is Neeraj Rico. So today's topic for discussion is Economic Survey 2025. So first we'll discuss what is an economic survey. Then we'll discuss the key highlights that were uh, there in the economic surveys in today's discussion in the parliament. Now, let's first understand what is an economic survey. An economic survey is a document which provides a summary of Indians' economic performance. That means naam mein hi hai na economic survey. So the economic performance of a country is the economic survey, basically. So this is basically divided into two parts. Part A analyzes economic performance, reflecting on the macroeconomic indicators and fiscal trends, while Part B addresses social economic issues such as education, poverty, climate change, outlook for GDP growth, inflation, and trade. So we're going to discuss all those points now. Now, coming to the highlights that were there in the economic survey, there are many things which are there in the economic survey, but I've picked up some 10 good really points that would, uh, you know, uh, reflect in tomorrow's budget also. So, first thing that really got me into the, limelight is the aimed at delivering justice at the grassroots level. Now, rural courts or Gram Nyayalayas settled nearly 3 lakh cases in the past 4 years. This is what the economic survey says. So, this is something that is very crucial in our country. We see there are many unsolved cases. जैसे बोलते हैं ना तारीख पे तारीख बढ़ रही है. So this is that kind of situation. But they're saying it's a softening now. So it's a very good thing that people are getting that justice, and also that is uh, being delivered very in a more faster way and a more easier way. So that is something good for the country. So that is the first point that I really liked. Now, second point is economic survey noted that inflation softened to 4.9% in April to December quarter. Okay, so it was 5.4% if I remember correctly, inflation in the last quarter. Now it came down to 4.9%. So that's a really good number. So this is the part of part B where you discuss about the inflation, you discuss about the GDP growth and all outlook. So that is a component of part two. So now coming to the point three that I really liked is market capitalization of BSE listed company stocks touch around $5 trillion. So that's a nearly a growth of 14 to 15% YOY. So that's also a very good number that reflects our Indian economy, right? The market capitalization of company is the total market value of Indian economy. Of course, they are listed stocks, but then this is something which is looked by all of the other countries, the FPIs, the foreign investors, anybody who's just willing to put the money in the Indian markets. For them, it's a foreign, so they'll be looking at this thing. So that's also a good jump. Of course, I think before this decline, they would have taken this number. Now, fourth point that I really liked is very important again. Decline in unemployment, that is the unemployment in India, reduced to 3.2 percentage in 2020 in 23-24, that is July to June, from 6 percentage in 2017 to 18. Of course, it's a old data now, 5 to 6 years के पहले का data you're comparing with this data. Of course, you'll have to compare, broadly to get a number, you'll have to compare with the past data. So from 6% to 3.2% is a really good, significant, jump that you have done in the unemployment thing. So good thing again, the good, really, good point to see. Future is looking good if this numbers really goes up because there's AI, there's lack of jobs in the market, but this number really is good if this is really true. So I don't doubt in the survey. I am a very a person who believes in the Indian government. Of course, whatever the government may be. Yeah. So not going to that point now. Again, coming to the fifth point, which is really important. Current account deficit is at 1.2% of the GDP budget. So current account deficit is only 1.2% of the total GDP budget. So that's another again significant number, I would tell. So this really reflects that your deficit is getting narrowed if you compare with the overall GDP budget. So that's again a good number that we look at. So we look at the total overall budget that we called, you know, fiscal deficit. We look at it. That was last time when we looked at, we said it should be at 4.9% of the whole of the GDP. So that was number we were looking at. So this is only the current account deficit, which is also a good number, which is 1.2% of total budget. Only 1.2%. That's a really great number again. So good, really good things in the economic survey. That's why if you see the market, Nifty just went up to 23,500 levels. So that's a really good things. Now, 6 point, really my favorite point, growth in capex budget. Economic survey highlights capital expenditure has grown from FY21 to FY24 with a range of 8.2% during July to November 24 on a year-to-year basis. So 8.2% of a jump in a year-to-year basis is a really good jump in capex. So this shows that government still wants to spend that money more in capex, which we'll see soon tomorrow. That is that really true? Where government wants to spend more money in capex? Where we saw the capex budget allocated last year was around 11.11 lakh crore. So we'll see what is the number this year in this budget. Okay, on the main number now, again, part B number where we discuss the GDP growth. Now, GDP growth is at 6.4% in FY25. So 6.4% in FY25 budget. So this we were expecting a real GDP growth, not the nominal. So the real GDP growth is was expected anywhere around 6.3 to 6.8%. So we got it 6.4% in FY25, which is again a good number, really good number. This is also the if you see the decadal average of the last 10 years, it was around 6.3 to 6.8%. When you give 6.4%, that's a really good growth. For a very uncertain situations in the global, this number is really good of 6.4. Okay, China just reported 5.4% of GDP growth last quarter. So that's another good number. So 8 point, coming on 8 point, AI impact on labor will globally be felt, but problem magnified for India once economic survey. Really good point. Okay, this is a point that we were talking about, which correlates with the jobs that unemployment we're talking about. So AI impact is on labor, which will be globally felt, but the problem magnified for India already. They say it is already magnified in India. So what steps are you taking to really look after this problem is something that we have to discuss. Okay, so 9 point, coming to the 9 point now. India's gross foreign direct investment (FDI) inflows revived in FY25, increasing from $47.2 billion in first 8 months of FY24 to 55.6 billion in the same period of FY25. So that's a nearly 18% growth YOY. So FDI inflows again increased 18%. YOY is again something really interesting. But then we don't see that reflection in dollar to rupee index. Dollar index, we don't see that reflection where if your FDIs are inflows are increasing, we don't see that reaction in the dollar index number. That's something again you have to think about it. Okay, so coming to the again excellent number. These are all excellent numbers given in the economic survey. I'll have to say that. Okay, now 10th point is again really important. India needs to guard against excessive financialization as it can hurt economy. Financialization means giving more importance to the finance sector. Where you give more importance to the finance sector, ignoring the all other sectors, the prices of all the assets grow on a higher pace. So if you see in the real estate sector, I keep on talking about that thing. See the prices, overhyped prices. Okay, the real prices are not they are not real prices. They are overhyped prices. So that is what happens when there's a really good point where you give more importance to the financial sector. That is called financialization. Okay, so it said unprecedented levels of public and private debt sector debt. Debt बहुत बढ़ गया है, unprecedented levels because everyone wants to buy and they'll keep on taking that debt and keep on buying those things. So again, a very good point. Now we'll have to see what they do for it. So this is all about the economic survey. Do like, share, and subscribe to my video, and do comment down how do you feel the economic survey was, and what are your expectations from budget. We already discussed what are our expectations from budget. Do also watch that video again, and let's see tomorrow what the budget, how the budget goes. I'm expecting some good things. Let's see. Let's expect something good from Nirmala Tai. And okay, thanks for watching this video. That's it for today, at least for this video. Meet you tomorrow again with a new set of videos. So thank you for watching. Bye.